Your boy Jacob here. We're gonna do a pretty in-depth Dracopal deck profile, and I'm gonna show you the deck. So basically, the problem with this format is every deck wants to go first. PK Fire will set up with Fog Blades and Beatrice, and basically have an out to everything you do. This deck, regular Pepe at least, makes its board of Rafflesia and Felgrand and stuff like that. So I made a build that strictly wants to go second at all times. And yeah, so I'll just get right into it. Basically, I play one Eccentric. This card is basically an out to every problem in the game. It's a searchable by Wavering Eyes if your opponent has Domain, which is really good. And it outs one back row, it outs the Fogblade, it outs Beatrice if they have it. So this card's just really good. I might bump it up to 2 or 3. And then I play the standard Pendulum, Draco Pendulums, 1 Luster, 3 Master, 3 Vector. I play Rabbit, so I really like 3 of the vanillas. And then I play 1 Joker, 1 Monkeyboard, 3 Sorcerer, 2 Turtle, 2 Lizard, 2 Silverclaw. The problem I was facing before was I was playing like 2 Secondonkey and Armageddon Knights, and I would almost never draw like Pendulums. So I threw these in, and they're just more Pendulum monsters. They get the job done. And then I play, so those are my Pendulum Performapals. And then I play a bunch of 1-ofs. I play 1 Secondonkey, 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Zephyros, 1 Masked Chameleon, and 1 Rescue Rabbit. And the reason for these, they all have their purpose. Rescue Rabbit is obviously insane, because you want to have as many 1-card outs to something as possible. Before even Pendulum summoning. Like Rescue Rabbit can make a Castel or a Direwolf and out something before you even have to Pendulum summon. Masked Chameleon's there for your Ignister, so you can actually make it. Zephyros is Zephyros for Monkeyboard. Armageddon Knight, I was playing 2 of this and a Rhoda before, but that would always clog and I wouldn't be able to actually Pendulum summon, so I just like 1 Armageddon Knight, 1 Zephyros. I think it's the right ratio. And Donkey, because it's another searcher, but you don't want to play more than 1 because it clogs easily. So those are all my monsters. Maxx was like this close to making it into the main. I just didn't really have the drive to put it in because I could be playing against Cosmo a lot of the times, and the card is just so dead against them. But yeah, this is the monsters. And then 3 Draco Face-off, pretty standard. 3 Wavering Eyes. 3 Instant Fusion. I like going second in this build, and like I said before, you want to have as many cards that straight up make an out to something before actually outing it, like before actually Pendulum summoning. And Instant Fusion is perfectly does that. And then 3 Upstart. This card is going on and off with Maxx, like I said, but for Cosmo it's just terrible. And 3 Twin Twister, because going second, you have 6 cards, and if you Twin Twister their back row, you go down to 4 cards, but you can easily do something with those 4 cards in your hand, and they have no way to stop you now. So those are my spells. And then I play 1 Treacherous. I was playing the Ariadne build, but that would go first, and if I didn't like resolve and get my strikes or something, I would be in a bad position. So I realized, alright, I'll go second, and then this is the only trap you really need going second for Rafflesia. So that's my main deck. I'll go to extra. I play 1 Nordon. This card, I think I'm going to bump it to 2. 1 Dinoster, 2 Ignister, and then the 1 Titanic. He's just better than Felgrand. He negates a spell. So he can negate E-Telly, Cosmo Town, Monkeyboard. He can really negate anything. He's really good, especially if you make him in Giant Hand. Yeah, and then 2 Dweller. The thing about 2 Dweller is PK Fire and Burning Abyss and just straight Phantom Knights, I guess. That's definitely the most seen deck in the meta right now. And so is Cosmo. Like, Pepe has really declined in like the amount of people playing it. So double Abyss Dweller was definitely the perfect thing in this deck. Because you can go Instant Fusion into Dweller, into Nordon, into they think you're probably gonna make a Castel to out the Beatrice, and you just make a Dweller, and then once the Dweller's on the field, the Beatrice is just dead, and then you can just make your plays. So it's really good. Then I play Giant Hand, Castel, Direwolf, Feral Imps, Rafflesia, and Emeral. Emeral I might cut for the second Nordon, instead of just Emeraling back the Nordon, because I really don't ever need to Emeral anything else back. And then one Majester and one Key Beetle for the side deck. So yeah, that's the extra. And now the side, I play 3 Maxx, 1 Geki, 1 Dark Hole, 3 Dragon's Bind. This card a lot of people have to read. Basically it says target a Dragon type monster you control with 2,500 less attack, 2,500 or less attack and defense. So you can target Majester, like you can summon him and Dragon's Bind target Majester, and now neither player can special summon monsters with higher attack than that. So with lower attack, I believe. Yeah. So your opponent, like if I summon this, my opponent can't they can't Pendulum summon Sorcerer. They can't summon like half the cards in their deck. They can only summon like Master Pendulum. But I usually don't make this card. I usually side in this as well. So you side in Dark Rebellion, and then against BA or Pepe, you go, okay, turn 1, Dark Rebellion, set Dragon's Bind, and they go like reveal Skarm, and you go flip Dragon's Bind, target this, and the Skarm doesn't get special summoned, and they're basically like vanities. So yeah, that's really good. I was playing Stardust Spark, but making King of the Feral Imps, searching the Masked Chameleon, and then making the Stardust Spark as well almost never happened. So yeah, just the Dark Rebellion's good. And then I play 3 Massacre Restrict, because Monarch is still a thing. And you can make Key Beetle target this and just win. And then 3 Imperial Iron Wall and make Key Beetle and target this. So yeah, that's the deck. It really is going second, and you almost win every single time, because like your opponent will make these boards like Beatrice and or like Felgrand and stuff like that, and you just have more resources in them. And I can't believe no one realized this until now, or like at least I didn't realize it until now. But I feel like going second in this format is definitely the correct thing to do. So I hope you guys like the deck profile. Leave a like and a comment. If you thought it was too long, I'll just leave the deck list in the description. And thanks.